Hi guys, we're just gonna wait for everybody to join, but I did start recording, so just to let you all know. Welcome. This is Special Topics in Theater, Superhero Edition. Normally Professor Ellingson is here, but he was unable to be here today because of a family emergency, so I'm Alyssa, I'm the TA. You've seen my name floating around, he's talked about me a little bit, but I'm more behind the scenes than anything else, but today I'm jumping on and joining in. So I'm really excited to be here. So today in class, we're going to talk about how to get kids into comics, into superheroes, other ways besides cartoons and TV. So in case you guys don't know, I am going to be a librarian, so we're going to talk about books. So if you think about it, we've been talking about comics a lot, going back and reading the comics, and just a lot about there's the movies, some TV shows, and comics. But really, comics are their money. You have to go and actually buy them. You can't really rent them from libraries, but you can rent graphic novels, which is a different version of a comic. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to talk about the different reading levels today and how to introduce things. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do a book talk. You're probably thinking, what is a book talk? So a book talk could also be a movie talk, but it is where you start with a hook and you end with a hook. It's anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes long. You want it to be really fast. You do not give away anything super important. No spoilers. So this is really good if you're telling your friends about a movie that you just watched or TV show. This is a good practice for you to be like, don't give it away. In a book talk, you talk about the book, and then at the end of the book, you show the book, the title, and the author at the end. And you kind of want to talk about, when you're telling someone about it, you want to talk about what the author's doing to keep you engaged. Now, this is a little different. We'll kind of be doing that more for the middle grade and the older kids, but we're going to start with the younger kids first, because you can get kids hooked. Kids love superheroes. Kids need to learn how to read. So, smush them together, and there you go. So first up, we're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is a level 1 book. You can check it out in our library here. So you can say World of Reading, level 1. It's superhero adventures. It's kindergarten through 2 through 2nd grade. It's picture reading with word repetition. And it's just a really basic intro to, see, Scott is Ant-Man. Ant-Man is a superhero. Very easy reading, so parents can read this to kids, or your 1st or 2nd grader could read it back to the parents. But it's very good pictures, good way to engage the kids and get them excited, because you want, when kids start reading, they want to read stuff that they want to learn about and want to know about, which is why there's a huge variety of early reading books. So in this one, it also talks about the powers and what they are and what they do, and not really too much about fighting, so it's nice. Some parents are worried about that. So if you go up a little bit farther, then we're going to go to a step 3 book. This one I picked up. It is DC Superhero Girls Showdown in Space. It's a level 3 reader. Step into reading. It's a different publisher, so that's why there's 2 different World of Reading, Step into Reading, but it basically goes the same thing. So this is more for grades 1 to 3. And it's engaging characters, easy to follow plots, which is important for kids still. And it's really simple, like simple plots that kids can get into. And once they really get hooked on these kind of books, then that's when you can keep growing. But this is for kids that are ready to read on their own, or you can read it to them. So this adventure, in this one, it's all the girl hero, the DC girls, and they're there for the Model United Planets meeting. It's got Wonder Woman in it, Supergirl, and Starfire. And then as you keep going, like it introduces Mongol. I'm so bad at these names sometimes. But it talks about different things. And this one is more And there's actually a story and a little adventure to it, and you get introduced to a lot of different characters, but just a little touch of the character. But again, it's got really good pictures, it's got fun action in it. So for kids who are learning how to read before they can read comics, these are good ones to get them really hooked and interested in superheroes. Now, this is the next step up. Do we have any questions? I apologize. Any questions? Brittany, Nicole, Steve, Scott, we're good? Okay. Alrighty, good. And so we're going to go on from here. We'll get to the book talks in a second, I promise. But again, you just want to find books that are intriguing for the kids. Use your reader advisory. Remember, you're going to ask the kids, they're like, I want a superhero book. And you'll be like, well, what kind of superhero? Do you like Wonder Woman? Do you like Batman? You really want to ask these questions and you want to dig in for the kids because you want to find them books that they are going to love and find engaging. And that is how you're going to create superhero fans for the next generation. This book I thought was really interesting. It is DC superhero origin stories, and they're very quick. And there's over 30 different characters in here. Like, keep going, girls. I apologize. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's back. Okay, Black Lightning. Here we go. Well, that is, yeah, there we go. All right, so Black Lightning, and it's literally just one page. So it's one page. It gives a quick little readout, like who they are, how they get their powers, a quick little story about them. But it's just interesting. If you have a kid who just wants to know, it's like Pokemon. If you have a kid that wants to know every superhero, a little bit about every superhero, this kind of book is really good for that. And it's got some really interesting ones that you don't hear about every day. None of them are too overly sexualized for kids. And I would recommend this one for kids 2 to 6. In grades 2 to 6. Sorry, not ages 2 to 6. Definitely not ages 2 to 6. I mean, you could if you read it to them, but I think kids that read on their own would find this much more intriguing. They might need some help with some of the words, but I feel that this is a good one for grades 2 to 6. And again, this is going to get them hooked. This is going to expand their love of superheroes while also expanding, hopefully, a love for reading. And again, kids in those ages, sometimes they can't read comics yet. It's not there, or the comics are too graphic for them in their age range. And so you want to be fostering this love of superheroes and comics in a way that is age appropriate for them. And again, you can't always tell parents all parents parent differently. So you can just do the best that you can and help the parents along with everything you can. Okay, so next, that's like the younger kids. Now we're going to go to juvenile fiction. Remember, juvenile fiction is between the grades of 2 to 6. So I guess this could be it, but we're going to do more stories. So juvenile fiction, that's when you can start to get into the early simple graphic novels. There's almost 2 kinds of different graphic novels, so we're going to do 2 of the simpler graphic novels just to explain them. So let's try this for a book talk. And you guys can tell me what you think, okay? Can you guys still see me okay? Everybody's doing okay? No questions? I know, I'm talking a little fast and I apologize. I'm just excited to be here and share my love of reading comic books and superhero books. Yeah, they're kind of the same thing. Alrighty, so in this next one that I want to talk about, it's a story about making mistakes, learning the hard way, and becoming a hero. So Diana is the only child on the island and feels lost among all the adults around her. She is small, sometimes clumsy, and not particularly good at anything yet. Diana decides to take matters into her own hands and creates a friend out of clay. Or did she really make a monster? She needs to figure that out once their adventures get out of hand. If she made a friend, or did she make a foe? Find out more in Diana, Princess of the Amazons by Shannon and Dean Hale. Sorry. Now this one, again, I would recommend for 2 to 6 graders. It's middle grade, it's juvenile reading. So you can see there's the friend that she she made, but the panels, you can tell that the panels are easy to read panels, which is, it's good. This is why I said it's kind of like a beginning graphic novel. But like, again, they go on adventures, they're easy to read, but there's a story, there's adventures, and then there's also what comics are famous for. There is a moral to the story. There is a first act, a second act, and a third act. Like, some comics wrap it all up and then it continues. This one, or it can either be like an all-in-one kind of episode like this, because it's kind of bigger, or like comics that we're used to when we were kids, where it'd be like a continuation, and so then you have to wait for the next one. So all the books that I'm showing you today, since they're graphic novels, they're one and dones. So you can go to the next one in the series and read them all in a row in the series, but it's not required, if that makes sense. Any questions? Okay, good. All right, so next we are going to talk about another book. Same grade age, okay? Same grade age. It's the first day of summer break and time to get ready for the annual neighborhood bike race. But a mystery is about. The fireworks have gone missing. Lois feels it's her chance to take her social media to the next level by solving the mystery with her and her best friend Kristen. Their friendship is tested by new friends in the neighborhood and Kristen going off to summer camp. Can Lois keep it all together and still solve the mystery while enjoying summer and posting the greatest video ever? Read to find out in Lois Lane and the Friendship Challenge. Again, simple panels, very colorful, not too much conversation happening. Like some of the panels just, are blank, or they only have a couple. So these are really good for second to sixth graders. This is what's going to get them hooked. If they are like, I don't want to read comics, try a graphic novel. And a graphic novel is a book. There's that whole argument too, just like an audio. Audiobooks are books. Graphic novels are books. Get kids reading. Sorry, it's my passion. In case y'all didn't know this, I'm going to be a children's librarian. I graduate soon, and that's what's happening. So again, it's a good variety. I like the comics. I like the graphic novels because the beauty of the comics and graphic novels is that they are very diverse. You can find a superhero who reflects you, either in your culture, what you look like, your faith, your sexual orientation. You can find someone in the comics to relate to, and kids that kids can relate to. And that's another good thing to grab kids to, because we want kids to start reading. Okay. Any questions? I know I keep asking if we have any questions. I'm just making sure. Chris, Adam, good? Okay. I know it's a lot to take in, but we're going to do this, okay? This is going to help you all in the future when you talk about movies and TV shows, and just if you want to get people into different versions. If you get a friend hooked on a superhero from a movie, you can be like, you should go read the graphic novels and go to your library because they're free. You've already paid for it all. Go to the library. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about teens. So this would be older. You could be sixth graders, maybe like fifth graders. I really kind of wouldn't go any younger than fifth grade. And then all the way up to, easily this could also be adults too. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Green Lantern Legacy. So in Green Lantern Legacy, I really like this one. I actually did not know about this version of Green Lantern. But Green Lantern is 13-year-old Ty Thom. Lives in an apartment above his grandmother's store, where his his bedroom is crammed with sketchbooks and comic books. But not even his most imaginative drawings can compare to the colorful world he's about to discover. He inherits his grandmother's jade ring. He soon finds out that it's more than just a piece of jewelry. Suddenly, he's inducted into a group of space cops known as the Green Lanterns. So I really like this one because it is Vietnamese. And again, it's got really good things. There's, again, this one's kind of like, it's a step up story-wise, but drawing and panel-wise, it also is a step up, but panel-wise, it's still all simple power. There's Hal Jordan, right? I think so. I think it's Hal Jordan. No, I don't. Nope, Jon Stewart. I'm totally wrong. I was thinking it was Jon Stewart, but then I was like, no, that's a TV show guy. I'm sorry. There's been lots of Green Lanterns. I'm not a professional about this, okay? We all make mistakes, people. But it's fun. Again, this is a one-stop story. Beginning to the end. And then, if they like it, and then I like this too because it's got like a sneak peek. It has, at the end, it has a glossary of Vietnamese words. It talks about the authors. And then it gives you a sneak peek. This is called Batman Overdrive. A young Bruce Wayne is determined to uncover the truth about his parents' death. And it's a whole different spin, a little bit on Batman here. So it gets kids really into it. I know I keep saying the same things over and over again, but whatever. So now these next two will go a little bit faster for. I know, I'm sorry. We'll get you guys out of here. It's going to be okay. All right, next, Squirrel Girl. This one's a book. This one is a book. So Squirrel Girl is a 14-year-old, moved away from sunny California to the suburbs of Jersey. She must start a new school, make new friends, and continue to hide her fluffy trail. Yep, she has the powers of a squirrel. What? So Squirrel Girl is one of those like offbeat, like really fun ones. And this one is actually a book. So she has the graphic novels, but this one steps it up to a book, which I find really intriguing too. And there's a whole bunch of this one. This is by Shannon Dean Hale, same ones who wrote the Wonder Woman. But yeah, and so I really like it. There's like, and there's the fun, there's what kids like. There's the fun text message, different ones in it, and just different ways to keep. This one is really targeted for teenagers. So, Squirrel Girl. They have another version of the Squirrel Girl too that I was going to grab at the library yesterday, but I liked this one because it was like an actual book. So you can see that they have graphic novels and they have books. Our last graphic novel, and my favorite dude ever, Miles Morales. You can't, I want this man, I want him, I don't know, young man, I want him on the screen. I want him, he needs a live action. He's just so fun. So fun. He's one of my favorites. This one's written by Justin A. Reynolds and illustrated by Pablo Leon. This one is also, this is a series. This is the Shockwave series. Again, you can tell the art has stepped it up. Panels are still simpler, like they are simple panels. None of the panels in these books really get overcomplicated, which is nice. Again, it's just a good story. It's a good story. Miles Morales is a normal kid who is learning to juggle school at Broadway, Brooklyn. Oh my gosh, y'all, I apologize. I did not talk today. Brooklyn Visions Academy while swinging through the streets as Spider-Man. After a disastrous earthquake strikes his mother's birthplace of Puerto Rico, Miles springs into action to help set up a fundraiser for the devastated island. But when a new student's father goes missing, Miles begins to make connections between the disappearance and one of the fundraiser's star sponsors. Can Spider-Man save the day without ruining Miles's big event? So again, this is a really good one for kids, like teenagers, early teens. They can relate. They understand about natural disasters. I don't know if you guys know this, but I Survived is the book series is one of like the most checked out books in the past year. And it's all different ones. I've survived earthquakes. I've survived hurricanes. There's a spin-off where it's Girls Survive. I mean, these I Survive books, like kids are hooked on them right now. So I feel that they can relate with the earthquake and that kind of stuff. Smiles, smiles. So do you guys have any questions, thoughts, comments? Yes, no, maybe so. So I hope you guys liked this, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that it kind of opened your eyes up to different ways that you can learn about superheroes and you can read superheroes. And just if you have superheroes that you love and you don't want to wait monthly for that comic to come out and go to the comic store, your local library. These are the most popular things that are in libraries. Libraries are ordering graphic novels and superhero things like mad. You will be able to find a superhero that you are looking for. They have great diversity, a wide variety in the libraries, and that's like the beauty of libraries, because our goal is diversity and for you to find yourself in a book, a reflection of yourself in a book. So I hope that this was informative. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have a graphic novel that I need to read and that I need to recommend to all my patrons when they come in, all my teenage patrons, because I have a lot of them. And so any graphic novels that you all can talk about that you feel would be appropriate, bring it on. I'll see if my library has it. Okay, well, I hope that you guys had fun in this class. I am sorry that Professor Ellingston couldn't be here today, but thanks for putting up with me. Alyssa, your TA. Boop. And that's it. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your fall school and a great winter vacation. Bye, guys.